from Perth, WA. We are here to do the karmic read, and I thought I'd have a brief chit chat with you while I'm getting the ruin and everything ready. Let me see. Okay, so we're going to tune into the energy of the third party. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium as well as a twin flame, and I cover the astrology. I have been tuning into the frequency this morning and much of the week, because when I did the last video, so those of you that are new to this channel, if you haven't looked, I have done a previous video and it is linked for feminines and masculines, where their energies are, what subjects are coming up. Now, when I tuned into it, it felt like something was a little bit amiss. And when I talked to Giggle after, because Giggle does moderating on the channel as well as Lovelies, hi Giggle. We were talking about the aspect that it felt there was something missing. So I wanted to do a check-in with the frequency of what's going on with the karmic third-party energies. Now, look, when it comes down to karmics, it can be the frequencies of a person, place, or thing. It can be a memory, which with many of the masculines, there can be frequencies going on at a purgatory level, because we have Mercury retrograde in Cancer, which is relating to families. Hi, Dale. And, you know, so those dynamics at a very karmic level, because we've had the nodes in Cancer and Capricorn. Hi, everyone. You've ended that nodal effect, but at a frequency level, it's a bit like going to uni, and then after the fact, you're applying that energy, and we do need to apply that energy for the next 6 months. So anything I've been talking to you guys about, and I've been basing it in your charts and then tuning into the astrology and then psychically looking at your energy, you need to now place that energy into your life. And that is even into Inflamed Path, because your soul mission is for the first wave, it is linked to breaking down the paradigms and connections, which at the moment it's very relevant that we do have Mercury in Cancer, and we did have the nodal energy in Cancer and Capricorn. So what that was meaning was, for the first wavers, is that we were outgrowing, and the collective was outgrowing the traditional ways families were. So if you've had purgatory experiences in the last few weeks and over the last 2 years, it is very relevant. And what the South Node relates to, and each of you will have your own astrology chart. So if you want to know more about your life path, you can actually tune into birth charts. You can type it into Google, and you can find out what your South Node is and what your North Node is. At a collective level, we have been working on the Cancer-Capricorn axis for 2.5 years. Like I said, so with that, what was happening is with the South Node, we are comfortable in the way things are. And it was to transform that frequency. It's where we would maybe have our egoic belief, or the most growth had occurred in that domain. So with that transformative frequency, the first wave were to break down the paradigm of connection. So they do come through very non-traditional. Hi, Mark. In a sense that you may, at an egoic believe that, you know, it's not correct, you shouldn't be doing this. There can be age-related dynamics. There can be cultural-related dynamics. It can be same-sex connections. You can be from higher class and lower class, and it's you name it, it can be. But it's very shadowy in a sense of what you go through. So, you know, with that frequency of South and North Node, if you can look at that, it helps you keep an alignment onto your soul mission of what you need to achieve. And it is handy if you do know when your counterpart is born, or at least their birth date. And if you don't know the exact time, you can do it. You can actually state in the birth chart at a very basic level, 12 p.m, I believe, or just say, I don't know the time, and it will give you a rough guide as to what that soul path energy is. Now, the ruin that we have for the karmic energies and karmic energy collectively. Now, remember, karmic energy can be a frequency we are embodying or have a fair-based frequency relating to. So like attracts like. This is the ruin that we have, and it is relating to Earth. And the first message I was having yesterday was with Uranus going retrograde, it is occurring in August. Now, when that happens, Mark will tell you, the Uranian energy, when it does go retrograde, it's really like the carpet being pulled out from with under you. So there are direct placements of that where Taurus does fall, that, you know, those luxuries, those ways of being. We have Neptune retrograde at the moment, very karmically speaking for a lot. And, you know, I can't say all feminines have separated. So, you know, we do need to look at that polarity as well as with masculines, because it's just not one side of the fence. It depends on where you are in your journey. And that's where the soul coaching comes into play, to get to a degree where you can actually look at where you are in the path so that you can break that frequency of stagnation. With it, it connects in with Earth. It's also moon energy. Let me have a look. Now, we are going to have a full moon in Aquarius in August. Moving into this month, on the 20th, we are going to have the new moon in Cancer, which again, themes connecting to family, tribe, feminine energies, karmic feminines, empath energy. Another download I had this morning was very linked to, thanks, Mark, the frequency of where your twin was at. Now, what was your twin doing prior? Were they embodying feminine energy? And now are they more in hunter-gatherer mode? And even if they were embodying the masculine frequency, many were actually doing a lot of integration prior to the dark night of the soul in the feminine energy of emotion, but potentially attempting to avoid it. And it was a forced upon frequency. So some of them are currently going through that, where they might be more homebound. The hunter-gatherer energy can't be tapped into due to COVID-19 and being, you know, in lockdown, having jobs being purged and situations to that degree. Such a heavy frequency of the Cancer Capricorn axis is still playing out. And with the eclipses that we had in June and July, for the next 6 to 12 months, we will be integrating those frequencies and applying all our findings to the new. Now, at a very karmic level, if you are with a karmic partner and you are in a connection that potentially you have been on eat, pray, repeat, you've been like, look, you know, this is the reason why I'm not leaving. This Neptune retrograde is forcing these distortions to come to the forefront. So many people, be it you are twins or not, because of the lockdown energy, it's really causing a frequency for us to collectively be questioning, okay, are we on the right path? Are we doing the things that do resonate with us? What can we do to, how do I place it? What can we do to change this? Is this worth my energetic frequency? Do I need to move forward beyond this point? Let's have a look at what this ruin relates to. Frustration of plans, obstacles, imposed rest, stillness. The inner stillness, concentration, appreciation of the present, acceptance, surrender. It can also, in a lower frequency, cause egomania and blindness. So it is a purge of the ego. And this is, it was coming out this morning when I did the post on Instagram. I was talking about the aspects of Aries at the moment. And we have such heavy Aries frequency. We have Black Moon Lilith in Aries. We have Chiron in Aries. And we had Mars enter into its home sign Aries. So you're getting two polarities going on at the moment, and that's both for the karmics and for those of us that are doing soul work on ourselves. So with that, what you're going to find is I was tuning into the frequency of single white female coming through. And with that, I was wondering why it kept coming through. And I was thinking, okay, I've got to put my finger on this. Why is this coming through? Mars is deeply competitive. Mars is where we get our energy that can be combative. It gives us our energy to exercise, to be a hunter-gatherer, to, you know, reach your targets, to put that passion into the bee under your bonnet to get things done. But we do have Chiron and Aries retrograde. So to a degree, with Mars entering Aries, it was giving us the energy, but then we had this push-pull frequency. Chiron wants us to look at the wounds. So with it retrograding, it will be retrograde probably till the end of the year, do I believe? December 15th. Okay. So with that, what you're going to find is all of a sudden you might not have had as much energy. there can be this frequency of, again, ego, where you might be triggered feeling like you're in competition with other people. People may be projecting that towards you, and you're just minding your own business. And it can go both ways. Like, each person will experience this energy very uniquely. I did do the placements on Instagram relating to what house it will fall in for each person, but you can check your own birth chart to link into it and see what can be coming up. And the placement of Chiron and Aries is going to be there for quite a while. So these themes will come up for us at a collective level quite heavily. Now, between now and September, if you need to get anything done at a 3D level, you need to get it done, because you will not have the energy once Mars goes retrograde. Especially since it is in its own home sign energy. I hope I'm making sense, and I hope you're following me. I'm tuning into what's coming through as well. So with karmic energies, when they're not knowing why these frequencies are coming up, it's a really forced upon situation to have to look at the shadow. And the shadow work of Aries and Chiron can be very fiery, very aggressive, especially if we don't have the tools to understand, what house placement it is, why it's coming up for us, what that pain body experience is. And there is a bit of ego coming through, even with the ruin. Okay, when confronted with a Zaya ruin, it will be well to accept the possibilities that progress will be temporarily thwarted. Surrender with the universe. I've got the light shining on it. There is much to be gained from the period of introspection. I, the higher self of the individual. The number 2, or the number 11, represents a narrow gateway, like the eye of the needle. I feel it's them coming into this revelation, especially with 11. We are in a number 4 vibration, which is 1111. Duality is very important. Looking at things and understanding the reason why. It is linking to, it warns against the isolation of the ego, which may be becoming self-fixated. Well, let's see what comes up, hey? What is going on with karmic energy, please? There's no I in 10, guys. So that's been coming up very largely as well. Okay, wanting to move forward. Now, there is going to be something that's going to pop off around the new moon in Cancer. It is at 28 degrees, which is pretty close to. How can we explain this? Somebody asked me this morning, and the way I interpret it psychically. 0 degrees is fresh beginnings, but infinite ways in which a situation can play out. There's no turning back, it's done. 28 to 29 is pretty much the same. We've had that axis of Cancer Capricorn for 2.5 years. That new moon is, it's a blue moon, which is a lucky moon, providing you are in alignment and you're doing what you need to do. So in relation to families, karmic connections, children, mother energy, intuition, emotion, Chiron retrograde, it's, you got to let it go. You got to integrate. And if you don't, it can be very karmic by the end of the year for those individuals. And us as well, if we're not remaining in alignment and really creating those healthy boundaries with ourselves to continue to move forward. This does link in with the frequency of both Mercury and the new moon in Cancer. And at 28 degrees, it's like if they have not been attempting to balance things out and worked with individuals around them, this can be very karmic in nature. Yes, external energies. And I'm going to pull frequencies for feminine and masculine. Hi, doll. Okay, external. And let's pull some for masculines. Oh, it's very heavy with the masculines. Might have to do another check-in of that. Yes, look, things aren't panning out the way either the karmic or the masculines were wanting. They're in awareness of that, and there is these blockages, and a lot of fives have been coming up when it does link into the masculines. These changes, five energies can be deeply hard work. I'll say hard work, because it does benefit you in the long run, but in the interim, it is very uncomfortable. And it's pouring down here in Perth, WA, so we've got another storm, and it's common, you know, either side of the eclipses. Okay, crowning energy. Karmic energies are feeling very left out in the cold. Again, very inner child frequency of abandonment-related wounds and things to that degree. And again, it is an egoic belief, and it's a forcible change due to the frequency of what's coming through. Now, this Cancer energy is very Chariot, very Pisces, Neptune, Pisces and energy, looking back at the past and seeing the delusions, illusions, but wanting to move forward with it nevertheless. This can be lawsuits, legalities, contracts at a very karmic level. Things that bind people together are really coming up in the karmic frequency. It is to the point between now and August, because this card does relate to Leo energy, and we are going to have a new moon in Leo on the 19th of August. The Lionsgate portal is a very heavy energy. Now, we had the nodes move in May, but we still had the eclipse season playing out of the previous ones. With this, again, it's another 5 energy. So for karmics, it does feel, even if they're in this egoic belief that things aren't changing, and it doesn't have to be a direct person. It can be an emotional feeling. It could be a workplace agreement, a spiritual contract as such. Whatever this frequency is, energies, we're moving forward with it, wanting to keep everything the same, very fixated in the belief system. These changes, whatever they're delaying, it's getting to the critical degree, so to speak. It's getting to this point where there's no turning back from this, and it can be very disastrous in nature if they aren't seeing the writing on the wall and accepting it and transforming. All of us do need to look at ourselves in equations to take accountability for that frequency. Some are unable to, which can be deeply karmic when they don't. And that's all of us as human beings, because we can't break cycles if we don't see that frequency. Yeah, it's doing the work. So this can be relating to employment. It can be relating to them spiritually doing the work, feeling that something is going to work and almost trying to a point where it's not working. Feeling like a slave to their pain and their ego of, you know, this is very karmic in nature. They also may be feeling in abandonment that they've been left to do a lot of the work, and not understanding that if there was team energy, it would have bound down and it would have operated effectively. That those opportunities were given, and the accountability to a degree is on both parties' fence, it be it with divine feminine and a karmic, or divine masculine and a karmic, or a soulmate, whoever that energy may be, employment, etc. There were those opportunities given for that frequency to balance out. So the accountability does come down to the environment, the situations, the team orientation, and it appears such that it was very one-sided in energy, so to speak. Now, moving forward, this can be really the need for balance. And again, I'm feeling legality surrounding these things. I do feel there can be a letter coming in for karmic energies. Either they're getting information through the grapevine, attempting to communicate, trying to negotiate, but I do feel this is letters they're receiving externally. So either linking in with, again, tribe energy, with the Cancer frequency coming through, and Neptune in retrograde. So again, heart chakra energy, high heart chakra is Chiron. So obviously, if you feel sick, you need to check it. But high heart chakra is being activated at the moment, but fair-based frequency as well, because it's Mars energy. So we've got both polarities of the higher heart chakra purge. So you might come to a very empathic feeling of understanding, and then suddenly no. And it's this push-pull dynamic going on. So this communication that's coming through, I don't feel they're expecting it. It's not quite what they wanted. It can be relating to children and education and things, again, coming up, but it can also be linking to things that they needed to learn, but they haven't learned that karmic lesson, and it's coming back around for a replay. Now, they're not happy with this. July, I always see this card as Christmas in July. They're not happy about it. It's not a happy correspondence. It's not a happy frequency, so to speak. And with Neptune retrograde and Aries and Chiron, you know, drinking the fluid's really important because it's both crown and higher heart chakra. So it's this toxicity we're purging at a very dense frequency that we need to be integrating and drinking fluid to flush and be able to purge that. Yeah. The excessive junk food energy is to do with the fact that 9 times out of 10, you are needing energy because union is coming or a very heavy workload. So you're trying to replenish, but also there can be triggers coming through with Mercury in Cancer and the moon moving towards Cancer, that with this pain body experience that's coming up for the collective, it's helping us tap into our records. It's also helping us tap into our tribe energy of our kin, passed over loved ones, energy of the past, where families and connections were versus where they are now. This person needs to, if it's a person, place, or thing, rationally looking at something, and I'm going to pull a clarify because I'm not feeling with this ruin and with left out in the cold and, you know, ego, that it's a rational thought process. Okay, so the Knight of Swords coming through. Why's the Knight of Swords here, please? Needing to turn over a new leaf. Okay, are they able to? Are they doing this? Some might be understanding that it is required for change. Some of them might be in a tactical approach. Some of them might even be married to this person. But they're also looking at the paradigms of connections and potentially even the connection and putting a brave face on, like, no, it's okay. You know, this is fine. I'm going to turn over a new leaf. I know you need me to change. This can also be, yeah, I'm feeling this is what they're doing. Not letting it go. It's like, it's due to the fact that they're feeling left out in the cold. It's almost like they're trying to level up and they're trying to put all of those years into one package. Again, it can be a workplace domain, but this is refusal to let something go. Really wanting to manifest this back in. But it's the motives in general of why this is coming through for them. Is it in alignment and heart chakra orientated, or is it fair-based frequency? Whatever this is, the ruin that was coming up for feminines in nature was linking to nothing is ever for nothing. And this is really what the karmic energies are going to be learning, is self-worth energy of what you learn about this connection, even if this has failed. What you can move out of it with later will benefit you in a higher frequency to apply it to a connection that is meant for you. They're keeping the cards close to their chest, and it does feel they're manifesting something up. I'm not finding that card to be a positive one. I do feel the 7 energy is very positive. And I'll find the ruin that came up for feminine energies, and I'll read it because I do feel this resonates with this current situation. Where is it? I had it last night. I'm going to put tabs in this book so I can just access it. I sort of feel as though, because the ruin actually links to us remaining in alignment. So if you've been saying the 1-400, it does link into it. It's about continuing to do the things that you need to do. I'm also feeling around the 23rd, things can really pop off as well. Not looking forward to that, but we can do. Okay, nothing is ever for nothing. So, gifts and exchanges. And it is very similar to the vibration of 7. Healthy give and take, healthy boundaries, nothing is for nothing. The quadrant has been or will be offered a gift from the God's Gaia source. This may take the form of wisdom or insight or an opportunity. The quadrant is warned, however, of the responsibilities in accepting such a gift. Nothing comes for nothing. So, you learned these grave lessons. You're able to apply it. You are then transformed. It's been painful. No pain, no gain. It's a bit like exercising, right? But if you're doing the right thing in the first place, and that it's like a rebirth with a transformation. These energies, if they're not getting this and they continue to not let go, to transform. And when we say let go, trust in the process, not moving back to a codependent frequency, not being fearful, really tuning into their intuition and asking themselves, are they doing this for the greater good? Is it going to benefit the frequency, or are they doing it from a fear-based frequency in a child wound? And I do feel a lot of these things, oh, thanks, beautiful. A lot of these things aren't like innately they know they're doing it, and many do. I will be perfectly honest. But it's due to the fact they're not wanting to change. But this is dire energy of fives coming through, of not allowing this change, preventing cycles to end, not doing the work, and getting to a point where it's getting to the critical point of legalities, contracts. The 12th house placement of Neptune. Thanks. It can, that frequency of the 12th house can be imprisonment. It can be incarceration, mental health. At a spiritual level, at a holistic level, when we're in alignment, it helps us go to that higher ground and grow after the storm. So I'm really feeling with this manifestation, it's coming from a very ambitious ego Mars energy over, okay, am I applying and filling my cup? Am I making myself happy? Do I need a person to make me happy? No. Company, yes. Innate need? No. Very codependent. You do find that when you're in a connection, if you have all your P's and Q's ticked and you're enjoying their company, you have reciprocal things in common. It's a mutual energy. It's not a codependent energy. It takes the pressure off connections. These frequencies here are unable at this point to do this. So it's very karmic in nature to help educate them to spiritually grow through this. Yeah, avoiding the healing. Unhappy, maybe doing things the underhanded way. But this can be projectile energy. Revenge energy, so to speak, and that can be towards divine masculine, divine feminine. You've done me wrong, but again, it's a viewpoint. We can't turn time back, but we can move forward. And when we're in the ego and we're meditating and we're trying to heal, we're coming through the third eye, which is an egoic purge. But when we're not letting it go, we're not purging it, we're operating from ego. This can be a very dangerous energy. It's due to sadness, it's due to pain. Again, not spiritually doing the work, maybe fear of finances and things to that degree, and again, not letting it go. Really, really pushy, really trying to push this uphill, and really holding on to things, keeping secrets, not telling everyone why this is. Now, externally, at the moment, what they're doing is pausing. They're wanting their happiness back, but they're not letting things go for that to come in. They're being their own worst enemy when it does come to hiding things, because it's coming out in their kind of demeanor. Now, what they're doing is recouping at the moment. They're meditating upon what worked for them in the past and what, what did and what didn't. And they're in this meditation in a sense of waiting for the right time to bounce. It's causing them a lot of pain to be patient, because what they're wanting is the Emperor. They're seeing a transformation happen in either divine, feminine, or masculine. And what they're wanting, that again, it's very, you're looking at this with the red energy coming through. It's very Aries frequency coming through. I'm not having a good feeling about that. What are they waiting for? Where's, okay. Feminines. Looking over here going, what the heck's going on? Okay, what are they waiting for? It feels very tactical. It's like changing a domain. I'm telling you, it's very poker face energy. This can also be wanting to cause grief towards either the person who is walking away, not wanting to be there. It's also affecting their frequency, but it's wanting to cause grief to this person, but looking at it like through innocent eyes. And also back here, it was really talking about knowing that the karmic energy needed to turn over a new leaf, and this would bode in a successful sense, but it is quite late in the piece to be doing such. So again, it is a tactical approach over a physical innate way of being. And it is this poker face frequency coming through where they're wanting to come through very innocently, like they've done the healing work with the green emblem on the neck, that they've done their healing and they've turned over a new leaf. They don't know if this is going to work though. And this can be, again, like really maybe tuning into another frequency as well. What do I do? Should I move on? Can be reflection. It's not to say all undoing the inner work, but there is, with the 7 energy, it does feel a little bit codependent in nature because the 7 energies are reversed in this reading. Yeah, not really prepared for these things, not really understanding how to use it. Now, when it comes to the masculine, there is jealousy surrounding them. So it is control-related dynamics, and this is the way they're looking at it. There's the masculines are knowing that the karmic energies are operating from a place of insecurity. Also, and I'll do a separate read for feminine and masculine, but at the moment I'm just doing it from the perspective of karmic frequency, in a sense of a memory, a situational ship, or a karmic person. They've waited a long time. They feel that they've been very patient, but so does the karmic. The karmic feels that they do grasp the concept that this person waited a long time. And, you know, to a degree, situations that have been playing out, they weren't stuck. So it's almost like the karmic's looking at this situation going, you're not stuck. You can do what you want to do. Even if we're not together and you want to leave, you can go. But it feels more... they can't quite work out what the masculine is doing. And for some are separated. And some, this person is keeping them out of the loop. And they're meditating upon this. Like, what's this person doing? Okay, they left me. Are they coming back? You know, meditating upon the past, really wishing the old energy to come through. They're out of the loop. They're not knowing what's going on. The intimate energy is coming through where they're reminiscing on the positive attributes of this, but it is a lot of jealousy coming through as to them giving energy to other people and not the karmic. Masculines in general have picked up their pieces. They've gone through this spiritual change and they're moving into this spiritual change. This person, they do intuitively know such that they're almost being protective. I've gone to hell and back in my own personal life energetically, as well as I will protect what I have worked for now. This can be financial, physical, spiritual. And it does feel a healthy boundary in a sense, but they're aware of what this person's frequency is, but now this person's trying to morph. But I do feel this masculine energy is already well aware of it. Now, on the feminine side, the way the karmics are looking at this energy, there is some jealousy, be it you're with your twin or you're not. There's some jealousy linking into your ability with connections and their ability. And there's some sense of comparison. And I feel they almost know, and they're jealous about the fact that they do feel this is going to come through with you and them. They can also be looking at it like really direct and outspoken, wanting to be very aggressive towards you. Maybe also that you are somehow manipulating, controlling, or changing this person's mindset in some shape or form. And it can be tit for tat communication coming through. They can't quite put their finger on it, what you're doing. They don't quite understand. They may also come in to try and work with you and say, hey, can we turn over a new leaf? You need to be really careful. Yes, be open to it. But what I'm seeing at this point is, know this, you need to give it a little bit more time. Be open, but be cautious. Also understand with that, you know, the ruin that I picked for you guys, feminine energies are to be understanding where people's frequencies are coming from. You only give where is necessary. Don't be angry at yourself if you give, and, you know, potentially people fail tests and things to that degree. But be moderate with your giving. Be disconcerting with your viewpoint of this. If you have seen to date this energy hasn't transformed, why would you think in 24 hours it's going to? The work that we do on ourselves can take years. It doesn't mean to say it's not achievable, but just at this point where I'm tuning into it, I'm just not seeing it today. Where it is. If anything, it's a purge of the ego with Aries and Chiron retrograde, and it feels a little bit dangerous. Manipulative. Let's place it there. Pain body experience. They're scared that this is coming. Like, they feel that they've lost their happy energy and it's been given to somebody else, which I think all of us collectively have been through that at some point. So we can directly have the compassion and understand. It doesn't mean they're not going to have success in their life, but at the moment they're very fixated on this as enemy orientation. And feeling quite punished with this whole scenario. They feel that the feminines should make sacrifices and give this up. They know that you do have power. They know you are a mass manifester. And they also know this is going somewhere and that you do have the guts. You've got guts over steel to make things happen. This does intimidate them. They can't quite put their finger on what it is you have. And it's almost like they're trying to integrate that, which is positive in a sense. That's probably why I was tuning into the frequency of single white female. That movie, okay? Not racist or anything, just that movie. In a theory of somebody wanting to mimic you. So it is technically a compliment if people are turning over a new leaf and looking and going, okay, it's worked for you, so maybe I should try this. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be successful with this human being. But at their point, if they can integrate it, they are going to usher success into their life. But I do feel the way it's kind of playing out, it is reaching its end stage. Any questions? Be mindful, be cautious, because today, moving forward this month, it's not looking so peachy. Peace, love, light. I'm going to get one of those bells or a singing bowl and I can tap the energy out. Any questions in the house? How have we all been doing? If you're wanting to make a booking, you can go to the link. Thank you for your donations, guys. I really appreciate it. It does help me. Keeps me afloat on the channel because this is my main job. Between the videos, the astrology. I work 7 days a week. Thanks, Star. Can you do a card? I can do a card for you. What sort of card? What sort of card? I will get... Where are my twin flame cards? Why is there a funky energy in your home at the moment? Just see them. Be open. You need to be open. The thing is, the healthy boundary energy, doll, is to do with, thanks, Giggle, I shall, is to do with the energy of what if you got to lose number one? And the whole reason why in separation you do tend to get very karmic tests with people you love and connections and family members is so that with those energies, you can create that healthy boundary. Okay, wait 5 minutes before anyone else asks because I've just got to answer that question. So once you do that, when twin does come back, you're able to create a healthy boundary with yourself and say yes, no. But in the initial stages, it's very addictive energy. So, okay, so the first person who asked, True Heart, I will give you a card, love. And thank you for the... So your house, you're getting a bit paranoid at the moment, okay? You're in hermit mode energy. You might be locked down. You might be with the person. Whatever this energy is, you're in hermit mode. Keep in the joy frequency, True Heart, okay? Because what is coming through is almost like any hard work you've done. You kind of feel, but the boundaries with self, remember that. It's not, you can't do this, you can't do that, because that's the frequency of fear-based frequency. And we can't ever make a person do something or not do something. So if you can just state your case as to what those boundaries are, of I like this, I don't like that, that's okay. Then when you come to a space where, you know, anything does come up, if you're triggered, it's a you energy, not a them energy. And it's the work we need to do. So remain in the joy. Stop getting scared that something's going to kind of tear all your progress down, because this ruin that I was talking to you about is nothing's ever for nothing. Now, next person. Giggle. Card for Giggle. She's sleeping a lot and seems angry at the world. It's a purge. At the moment, the masculine energies are Mars and Jupiter, and Chiron's retrograde in Aries, which is Mars frequency. You're not nurturing yourself, Giggle, okay? Have compassion with your feelings. There's something you're not looking at and you're not allowing yourself. And maybe it could be the circumstances at the moment. You want to get out in nature. You want to get out and about due to lockdown energy and other things. I feel fresh air is needed. Also, there could be some information coming up relating to a karmic that is not nurturing, and you might get some information relating to that very soon. Francis, what does the DM feel towards you? I'm getting almost something very karmic in a sense of home, what that means to be home, the friendship. Where it was versus where it is now. It is very private in their mind of what they're tuning into, but that you have educated them. There has been something of late that they're being deeply reflective. If you had a conversation, it's coming up in their mind and they're meditating upon it. Isidore. I can pull a card for you. What does Isidore's DM feel? What's going on with them? Oh, they're giving up the goods. They want you to be relaxed, but they also want you to know that they're doing this too. Okay, they're not sitting there doing nothing. I do feel there's something almost work-related going on, but I'm also seeing, it's funny because even this beach, I'm actually on the beach. I can see the white energy. Could even be a memory that they're having with you. Thanks, Star. So with that white sand, is there a memory with you and this person linking to a beach? Isidore. And I'll have to bounce back up and down. The joy of this. From the karmic or about the karmic? Giggle. So, Isidore, do you understand what I'm talking about? Because I'm physically seeing a location. Could be a memory. And that frequency is coming through. It can be something that's coming up. Do they live near a beach? Because I'm seeing, even though this card is a beach, I am literally seeing a beach. No beach, but he goes on vacation. Okay, well, of late, I do feel 10 energies is a completion. There is a completion going on. I feel their energy really light. It does feel really light. There you go. Okay, a lot of meditation, something closing out. I feel success around career and money. I don't know why. I'm seeing bright skies, and I'm almost seeing like a townhouse, a villa or something, and it's the second story. It's like a view. Whatever he's looking at, whatever your twin's looking at, because I say he, she, but it's no... there's a completion as such, and it feels like closure. So whatever this closure is, it feels positive. They're in the best energy they've been in a while. I will be doing a twin reading soon. Who's the other person? Have I missed anyone? Okay. You can... Hey, Becky. Hi, love. How are you? Let's see what's coming up for you. Your twin feels stubborn. Why is your twin stubborn today? He's got a bit of sass going on today. I'm seeing an energy of... Do you guys watch each other on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that? I'm feeling a bit of snooping there. I'm actually seeing... And you've kind of... You've triggered this person a little bit. There's something, a photo or something to that degree that you put up of late, or a conversation. What have you gone and done, okay? I'll wait to hear from A. Becca. What have you done? What's this energy coming through that I'm seeing? Well, Juno's in Libra till October, which is beneficial. Hi, beautiful Dawn. I miss you. I will. I'll just finish A. Becca's read, and then I'll pop on to the next ones. There's something to do with the post back, okay? Look, he's not... What they're currently dealing with is a situation, Becca, that, you know, isn't going the way they thought, but there are some triggers. So whatever you bloody put on Facebook or something, I'm seeing them view something and they're a bit like triggered. You have put a bee in their bonnet, but they already had something going on that wasn't so great, and they're not really too happy about that. So at the moment, they're pretty peeved, but they do love you. Okay, there is love here, but you have triggered them. You've kind of set their fire. I don't know what you've done, but whatever it is, it's funny. So, A. Becca, you have your information. The next one is PBG98. Yeah, can you do a Libra check this week? I could probably do a Libra check this week. Well, I can say at the moment... Venus is direct. Most of the feminines, you know, and Libra energy. Libra has 10th house placement, which is career. So a lot of focus is coming up with career energy. And having to have the strength to correct things, to place energy into what you want to work on. A lot of magic and manifestation for Libran energies at the moment of self-mastery. But where you need to put your energy, it's self-development. It's really alchemizing that, because you're going to get the best out of the situation. But there can be deep, deep transformations in the way you're going to get your money towards you. Very karmic lessons you've already learned. Now you're applying your findings and you are going to get success. So if you haven't been seeing it yet, it is going to benefit you. Just keep going, because I am seeing success and magician energy here. Who else did I have? There are, look, Dawn, you know this. They're not going to not talk to you, okay? At the moment, this came up. Now, masculines that are in karmic connections, they're not having fun, okay? Because if it's not in alignment with them, and they're having employment-related dynamics and other things like that, it's just not so great, you know? So it's frustration, and because they can't take it out on the karmic, which they do, but the karmic lets it wash off their back with a bit of lip. They do, you know, we're always hardest on the ones we love. It's inner child wounds, it's family-related dynamics, it's driving them crazy. Don't take it personal. It's shifting. If it's gone quiet, if anything, it means they can't be codependent on you for that reassurance, support, guidance. They're doing the integration work. Don't take it personal. It's temporary. He hates himself. Look, love and hate are the closest things. But at the same time, we do have Chiron in Aries, which is linked to masculine. So the purgatory effect, comparison energy is coming up. Viewing other people versus how they deal with things, that's really coming up. Also with Jupiter retrograde, it does link into their ascension process. It's in retrograde at the moment, so they're getting quite frustrated. Blockages and roads are happening to show individuals collectively what's important, where to grow, where to put our energy into, so that we're not siphoning our frequency onto things that don't resonate with us, because it's, you know, you're in this lifetime, if that makes sense. So you need to be looking at it from that perspective, not living for yesterday or fear-based frequency. Anywho, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. I hope I remembered everyone. If I did miss anyone, just after the video is uploaded, put a comment up and I will come back and respond with the keypad. What do you want to know? Aries. I think they're going crazy. They're being a bit judgmental on themselves. Like the awakening process, it's the wounds that weren't shown are coming up right now. And that's because of the Aries placement. Look, we've got Black Moon, Lilith in Aries. We have Chiron in Aries. And we have Mars now in its home sign of Aries. So it's push-pull energy. It can be very busy with Mercury retrograde. A lot of mind BS going on. It's overwhelming. I'm also seeing eyesight issues because of too much information overload. They're a bit overwhelmed. So they feel like they're all tied up at the moment. They're unable to focus on their spirituality, which when I say that, it's more, I can't even think about what I need because I have so many things coming at me. It is temporary. You'll find it'll be for 1 to 2 weeks and then it should ease off. There you go. Okay, I shall be back a bit later. I do have 2 more videos before the other videos are launched on the 15th, which is tomorrow. And I am launching them in the morning, so I've got to get a move on. I've got 2 more. I've got Scorpio and Pisces. There were 2 videos. And then I've got to start recording August. If you are wanting a private booking, get in soon, because I will be blocking some of the schedule off to do the August videos. So the sooner you book, the better, because I will be extremely busy. Love and light. Thank you for your donations. I muchly appreciate it. Welcome to all the newbies. Say your name after and I'll have a quick hello. Introduce yourself to the tribe and I'll see you all soon.